My name is Stephanie Monahan, and we are at it again, stepping out in faith as women of the Word. God is never done with us and is continually pushing us each day to lay down the pressures of this world and instead look to Him to guide us through this broken world. Proverbs 3:5. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. What a season each of us is walking through. Since March, we all have a unique story to tell about the path that God has led us down in these last several months. I am pretty sure I have felt every emotion, and sometimes all within the same day or even the same hour. Joy, anxiety, peace, sadness, thankfulness, and sometimes, to be honest, just plain mad. As the weeks went on and I had to erase more and more from my calendar, part of me felt relieved to be able to simplify to an extent that I could thoroughly enjoy just being with my family and not rushing off to the next thing. But at the same time, I was mourning the activities taken away from us because of a virus that showed up so quickly and just as fast robbed us of the freedoms we've taken for granted. A year ago, I would have laughed at someone if they would have told me what was to come in 2020. However, I am so thankful God does not hand out a yearly planner every January. That would be overwhelming to know how things would unfold before we lived it out. And that is coming from the ultimate planner. We went from going to get groceries without thought to wearing a mask, sanitizing every chance we get, talking to people from the other side of plexiglass, all making sure we're 6 feet away within a week. I've always been a homebody, but as the weeks went by, I found myself missing face-to-face with friends. Wherever we looked, we were bombarded with the news of how we could get someone sick by getting too close. No one wants to spread a sickness, and the unknown about corona was spreading more fear daily. As the weeks stretched into months, the realization that isolation was equally as damaging started to set in. Everyone is still all over the place when it comes to our comfort level of doing things that a year ago we would have never even thought twice about. As spring rolled into summer, school was the next big question for all parents. You don't want to be careless, but you also don't want to live in fear. Our oldest daughter was all signed up to start third grade at a Christian school. She would go 2 days a week, and I would reinforce the teaching 2 days a week at home, and we'd have Fridays off. The youngest daughter was so excited to start kindergarten at the brand new school opening in our neighborhood this fall. We watched it being built, and we always talked about how fun kinder would be. We prayed for her teacher and her friends. Sounded like a plan. Proverbs 19:21. Many are the plans in the mind of man, but it is the purpose of the Lord that will stand. Then God started revealing another plan that, frankly, I didn't even want to consider. It was homeschool. Per usual, I started saying every reason why I'm not cut out to teach. For 9 years, I've had both girls with me for almost every appointment and errand. And I was really looking forward to 2 days a week by myself. But the more Michael and I prayed about what was best for our family, the more it became clear that I was not getting those 2 days. And who knew when I was praying for Kinley's kindergarten teacher? I was praying for myself. God has quite a sense of humor. Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. I was intimidated to start teaching a kindergartner in third grade. But when we finally made the decision, we both felt His peace. No one knows what this year will hold, and we felt like homeschool offered our family the gift of freedom and time. The extra time to pour into them what God says about how we are to live and to treat others. Time to teach them and watch them build their confidence on their new skills. Time to slow down and enjoy quality family time. We get to do all the stuff that was really hard to do with a normal school schedule. Romans 12:2. Do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind, that the testing you may discern what is the will of God, what is good and acceptable and perfect. God knew I would never do homeschool without a huge push from Him, because I tend to doubt my own abilities, but that's a whole nother topic. Just because we knew without a doubt it is what God wanted for our family does not mean it has been a cakewalk. It took a good 8 weeks for us to really hit our stride. The girls and I had to learn how to take on different roles within our house. And just because one isn't feeling it doesn't mean we can just give up. One day I was doing laundry and Ashlyn had already started school. I was kind of talking to God, kind of complaining to him about the homeschool stuff. It sounded something like this. Me. I love all the freedoms of homeschool. The Monday through Thursday, done before lunch schedule is pretty awesome. But the teaching part is kind of my hang up. I'm more of a recess and lunchtime kind of person. So, Lord, I know you wanted this for us, but 8 weeks in and playing teacher, it's not going to be more enjoyable. To paraphrase, what I was really saying is, you told me to do it and I wanted fun and easy. And just like God, how he gently and lovingly says back, you won't love every piece of carrying out my will for you, but find your joy and focus on the benefits. The rest will fall into place. As simple as that sounds, it was quite an epiphany for me. My focus doesn't need to be on what I don't enjoy, but in what I do. My attitude of being the teacher totally changed. Along the way, we've tweaked things to make it our own, and I've had the privilege of watching them struggle, but come out on the other side better equipped for the next challenge. Honestly, I have learned so much about them in these last few weeks. And as a bonus, I can spot a noun, verb, prepositional phrase, any of that kind of stuff from a mile away. I don't know what the next year will hold for us, and that is okay. This year, though, I will find joy in the freedom and time we have together. Next year, it'll sort itself out in time. And until then, we'll have lots of bike rides, perfect our Lego building skills, and have way too many s'mores around the fire pit. This season has been full of the unexpected, and I have learned that there can be so much joy there too. What takes me by surprise, God has known since the beginning of time. God knew each of us would have decisions to make on how we will respond to this crazy year. One of my favorite stories in the Bible is of Esther. She was okay with how life was going, and one day she was scooped up to become the potential wife of the king. If you've read Esther, you know that she was indeed chosen as the queen. I have no doubt it took her off guard and she wished for what had been before that day. But that day changed the lives of all the Jews. Esther 4:14. And who knows, but that you have come to your royal position for a time such as this. God has placed us in our position for a time such as this. Ladies, I encourage you, as hard as it is for us to do, lay down the control and planning and let God guide us on his chosen path for us. As women, we are often so worn out because we are trying to blaze our own trail, not stopping and seeking guidance from our Creator, the one that sees the whole puzzle as we labor feverishly, just trying to get one piece lined up. Thank you, ladies.